And joining me to discuss this visit is Seong Hyun Choi, who is from the South China Morning Post. Seong, thank you so much for joining us here on India Today. This is an important visit. Putin is visiting China. This comes immediately after President Xi Jinping's visit to Europe. What, according to you, is the significance, first, of the visit and the importance that is attached to the visit?
Well, I think it's quite remarkable that Putin's visit to China is coming right after Xi's visit to Europe, especially France, Serbia, and Hungary. I think China has been promoting a dual-processed, two-way strategy when it comes to the Europe, and especially in terms of Ukraine war. So I think China has been trying to on the one hand, trying to promote economic cooperation with European countries to um, divert their attention away from the U.S. strategy to increase pressure on China, so that they would be able to mitigate those pressure coming from the U.S. and EU and the European Union to promote more of their expansionist strategy in the Indo-Pacific. And also and on the other hand, they also need Russia's support to increase their ability to respond against U.S. pressure coming against China. So they have been trying to increase their bondings together in the recent years. So Putin and Xi Jinping has been saying that there's no limits to China and Russia's strategic partnership. And it is true when it comes to like economic and military ties between the two countries. So China has become one of the major export partners to Russia and vice versa. And China has also been exporting a lot of dual-use goods such as microelectronics and also drones and other products. Yeah, so that can be used for the military troops in Russia in its war in Ukraine. And so these kind of relationship has made China to seek more ties with Russia in response to the U.S.'s pressures against Beijing and Russia.
Right. Before I go to the visit of the president, let me just talk about President Xi Jinping's visit to Europe. It was significant, Seong, also because it comes at a time when the European bloc is looking at China, maybe to influence Russia, that there could be some sort of an engagement with a country that Russia really listens to. And a major part of the conversations that took place in Europe could have been to do with how Russia or how China could influence Russia. So what really do you think happened in Europe, and what is it that Europe really wants?
Well, I'm not really sure if the Europe's EU's strategy to use China to increase leverage against Russia in terms of the Ukraine war would actually take place, because although Xi Jinping has been saying that China will try to control the dual-use goods exports to Russia, and also the weapons. They will restrict any lethal weapons to aid Russian army advancement in Ukraine. But China has also been leveraging a lot of European Union's economic cooperation to sort of divide and control. Divide and control European Union. I think you can see it from where China went in Europe to see what China is actually trying to do in Europe. So France has been actually promoting a more of an independent strategy away from the U.S. To promote its own approach to the Indo-Pacific, and also Serbia and Hungary has been one of the European countries that has been more of a very pro-Russia, or I'll say, or have been promoting more of emphasizing their own self-sovereignty against EU's unified agenda against Russia and also in the Indo-Pacific. So I would say that although European Union has been attempting to use China to increase its increased uh, leverage against Russia to and seek China to act as a mediator in reducing the tensions going on in Ukraine. I think that China's influence on economic influence on European Union would be much more stronger.
Well, it doesn't also come as a surprise that President Putin has chosen China as his first destination at the beginning of his first term for a foreign visit. They call each other old friends. It's a no-limits partnership. But in the no-limits partnership, what is it that one can expect from the two sides? We do know that at this juncture for Russian economy, China is really important and significant.
I would expect that from what Putin has been saying during his interview with Chinese media, he said that Russia is seeking to promote much closer relationship with China in terms of nuclear energy or artificial intelligence and also aerospace industries. I think these kind of industries has some sort of a commercial use, but also has some military use. So I would say there would be more of an economic relationship promotion between the two countries, but also in terms of defense ties, because Russia currently needs to ramp up its defense industrial base to support its war in Ukraine. And I think this is really shown in their visit to the Harbin Institute of Technology. So Harbin Institute of Technology was sanctioned by the U.S. because of its usage of U.S. Missile technology in its development of old Chinese missiles. And the fact that Xi Jinping and Putin is visiting this university together really signals that China and Russia is attempting to cooperate in these dual use and also defense ties together. Although China has been saying that it is standing as a bystander in Ukraine war, I would say that this visit pretty much shows that China is in some sense attempting to increase Russia's ties with Russia in a cooperation in these dual use military relationship, and they're trying to move away from U.S. dominance.
Finally, the fact that there is a peace conference that is going to take place in Ukraine, Seong, China is trying to play peacemaker in many parts of the world, whether it is the Iran-Saudi Arabia mediation. In this region, in this part where Russia has still not accepted any negotiation, a Western-led negotiation, so to say, on Russia and Ukraine, can China really play a role?
Well, I would say China has been saying that they will be mediator in these conflicts in Ukraine, Middle East, and also other regions. But I would say that without China trying to communicate more often with Ukrainian leadership, I would say it's hard for China to play this role. And I would say that China needs to work more with Ukrainian counterpart as well as Putin to actually work as mediator in the Ukraine war. But the same goes with Middle East. So um, although the Qatar and other leadership in Israel and Palestine has came to China for the peace conference for China Beijing to act as a role as a mediator in making a peace to the Israel-Gaza war. I would say that without China trying to engage more on the other side of the conflicts, so these countries that has more stronger ties with the U.S. like Israel and all those kind of countries, I would say it will be very difficult for China to work as a mediator. So I would say China needs to put more efforts into um, uh, bringing more communications with the U.S. and its allies to truly be and play a role as these mediator in these conflicts.
Seong Yoon Choi, thank you so much for joining us here and speaking with us on the issue.